Often diversity efforts focus on the pipeline and disregard the issues that make people leave the software industry. How does the industry need to support and include under-indexed folk who've been in the industry a bit longer, and how can they get into decision-making positions?
That is a huge question, and honestly, one of my favorite ones, because you'll see, if you follow me on Twitter, I don't know how often I tweet it, but pretty much whenever I have an interaction with it, you'll see me tweet, still not a pipeline issue. Diversity is not a pipeline issue. I need us to squash that right now. Look around you and see how many beautiful faces there are that can absolutely be involved in tech, and then recognize that the pipeline issue is about perspective, right? Done. So on that one. I'm reading the rest of the question. I'm not sure I understand, how does the industry need to support and include under-indexed folk who've been in the industry a bit longer? In what context? And so if you can maybe comment a little bit more context for me there, I'd be happy to come back around to that. But in the spirit of rapid fire, let me move on. How can they get into decision-making decisions? So the decision-making decisions, one of the things that I'm working on right now with the team is, with an organization, not a team, is building out a sponsorship program, right? So when we talk about opportunity, we need to be looking at what opportunities are present for these folks who are not being approached or being led down the path to these leadership positions that can make decisions. But quite honestly, some of the decisions around hiring, I don't think they all necessarily need to be with leaders, right? The people that you ask referrals from, one of the newer ideas that I'm really rolling out, because I'm seeing it be very fruitful, is tapping into those ERGs. And I think I put a tweet out yesterday about this. ERGs are an employee resource group, which are groups that are organized around their person. So there's a Black group, there's a Latinx group, there's an Asian group. There's so many different ones, and every organization breaks them down differently. If you need an awesome list of those, Salesforce has an amazing resource for all of their ERGs, so you can start seeing how they break those down. But when you start employing your ERGs to rally around their friends and other people who are like them, then you'll start seeing more people apply who are like them, right? So if you're trying to address a problem, address it directly, let it be known that it is a problem so that you can find a solution. The only way we can get past this diversity issue is recognizing the issue is a problem that needs to be solved, just like any other business problem. And so helping that along, either removing the entire brunt of the decision-making from leaders and moving it onto others who are just very adamant about having good people who work with them, and then also taking care of those referrals. One of the things that often happens, and has happened to me so many times in the past, is information I'll give about someone who can fill one of these diverse seats. And I'll hand it over as a referral, and then it gets dropped. And there's no reason, at least not being told to me, as to why they didn't make it. They didn't get a phone call, they didn't get an email, they didn't get anything. And so I think when we're talking about efforts in hiring, we need to have all of our ducks in a row before we start moving into other aspects. But it's something that has to happen at the same time. Diversity should be happening along with refining process of hiring. It shouldn't be one and then the other, because you're going to lose a lot of opportunity in that time where you're refining the process of finding really valuable diverse candidates.